All right. Choose somebody. You've got 2 of these boards in your kit. Okay? Go ahead and get those out. Your first thing you're going to do, you should have 4 rubber bands. If you don't, let us know. These are not to poke your neighbor with or flick at them or shoot at them. No, no, no. All right, Larry, don't you do it. Okay, so first I'm going to outline. Everybody's going to do this. This is really hard. Oh my goodness, look how hard. Look how hard, look how hard. Look how, whoo, that was hard. Okay, that was step 1. Now, step 2. You are going to split that in half. Whatever way you can think of, split it in half. We'll give you about 10 seconds. We're not going to pause here because it shouldn't take you that long. We'll give you 5 more seconds. Okay, so you could have split it a number of ways. You could have split it like this. You could have split it like this. Now, I want you to remember this half here, or this half here, one or the other. So the whole is the whole thing. The half is either this or this. Okay? Now, what I want you to do is remember that half, but now you're going to split them with them like this into fourths. But, time out. You're going to split them into fourths, but then you're going to tell me how many halves, how many halves, 2 halves, are equal to, or how many fourths are equal to 1 half. This is where you'll press pause, write it on your whiteboard. Your teacher's going to come around and say, oh, your group has it. Yes, that is equal to 1 half. How many fourths are equal to 1 half? All right, so if you press pause and now you're back. So there's your fourths, and I know that I have 1, 2, 3, 4 fourths, but if I didn't have that there, I knew that was 1 half, so that means 2 fourths is equal to 1 half. Pretty easy, right? Okay, we don't need those anymore. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to take out your red trapezoid. That is your hole. 1 hole. Okay? So, what is, if I had this here, that equals 1 half, right? Okay. So now I want you to tell me 1 half is equal to what of, so remember the trapezoid is the hole. Now you're going to take your purple little triangles and you're going to tell me, since this is 1 hole, this is 1 half. So 1 half is equal to what of these purple shapes? Press pause. This one's a little tricky. We're going to come around and see if you got it. 1 half is equal to how many of those purples? La-da, life goes on. All right, so we needed to line those up to see what would equal one of those, right? Let's see. And it looks to me like, so now remember, this was 1 half of that. So we need 2 of those to equal the whole. But we want to know what's equal to 1 half in those purples. So we know it takes 3 of those to cover a half. So it would take 6 to cover the whole. So the answer, 1 half, is equal to 3/6. Were you able to get that? That one was a little tricky now, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. All right. Now, we're going to keep that doohickey out. Now I want you to think of the hexagon as your hole. So, if that's the hole, and I have 3 triangles, Now these three triangles equal 3/6 of the whole, because it would take 6 of these. If I had 3 more, they would fit on the opposite side. Let me flip those around like that. So you know that it would take 6 of these triangles to equal the whole. Okay? So 3/6 is equal to what of the red? Dum dum dum. Press pause. You're going to need to put on there 3/6 is equal to... All right, we're back. And we knew that these 3/6, this one, after you did that last one, pretty simple, right? You knew that 3/6 was equal to 1/2. Kind of crazy. You guys are so stinking smart. It's unreal. All right. Okay. Scratch those. Actually, no. Let's do one more with those. Let's keep that out there. All right. So we're going to say this represents a whole. Now, I want you to tell me, oh, I'm going to be tricky. I'm going to be tricky. Don't you love that? Don't you love it when I'm tricky? All right. What fraction of the whole, which is the hexagon, is the brown? Press pause. This one should only take you a few seconds, but press pause. We're going to make sure you found what was a whole. All right, smarty pants. If you did that, you figured out that it took 4 of those to equal the whole. So each of those is worth 1/4. So now I would have 3/4 and 4/4. But now, sorry, that's from Greece. Now I'm going to say that I've got these. Oh, don't you love it when I try to play mean? All right, so now this is the tricky one. I don't know if you'll get it. I don't know if I would get it, but now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 to make a whole, 5, 6. So I've got 6/4. 6/4 is equal to what halves? Because we know this is half. Okay, so 6/4 is equal to how many halves? Press pause. We'll be right back. And we are back into rec again. Can't remember the words to that song again. All right, so 4/6. Okay, that's what we know we've got. We've got 4/6, so we've got more than one whole, right? So what I needed to do is figure out how many halves. So if I have 2, that equals 1 whole. So in order to solve that one, I now know that 6/4 is equal to 3 halves. Wow, dun dun dun. Geniuses, each and every single one of you. All right, now, here we go. Are you ready? Okay, so we knew that 6/4 equaled 3 halves. Now, though, what if I said your whole was 2 hexagons? Uh-oh, Mr. Wilkes is being tricky again. Okay, so 2 of those equal the whole. But now we know that we've got, of that whole, yeah, I like to trick you. I know, I'm so funny. I'm so funny. No, it's not just my looks that are funny. Thanks. All right, so 6/4, that was before, but now 2 of those is the whole. Okay, 2 of those are the whole. And I tell you, Colton did something to these and they're not lining up. There we go. That's a little better. Still not better. Goodness gracious. Gracious me. There we go. Anyways, you know. So we're going to say the 2 of the hexagons are the whole. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We would need 8 now. 8 of those pieces to be the whole. So now, if this is, we've got 6 of the 8, so that's 6/8. 6/8 is equal to what fourths? 6/8 is equal to what fourths? Press pause, write it on your whiteboard. We'll be around to check. All right, you had 6/4, or excuse me, 6/8 was equal to how many fourths? Let's find out. Oh, 1, a 2, a 3. Haha. So 6/8 was equal to 1, 2, 3 fourths. Tried to trick you, but I gotta get up earlier if I'm gonna trick you guys, and I already wake up at 3 a.m. So, however you guys are getting up earlier than me, I just don't know. All right. Now, if you were one of the ones who did those and you haven't had a turn, it's your turn now. The brown is your whole. Okay? Now, you already know that 1 whole of the 8s. What would it be? 1 whole equals how many 8s? Okay, we don't even need to pause for this one because you already know that 8/8 is equal to 1 whole because you have to have 8 pieces to equal the whole. Now, though, oh, here's where Mr. Wilkes is getting tricky. Getting tricky. Going to say we have 2/3. See what I did there? 2/3. Oh, I'm so clever. I'm going to trick you this time. Trick you, trick you, trick you. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. All right. How many, so that's the whole. How many thirds, or excuse me, 2/3 is equal to how many 6s? 2/3 is equal to how many 6s? Solve it, write it on your whiteboard. We'll be right back. All right, we've unpaused. If you did this correctly, and if the folds were done correctly by Vincent, we know that we have 1 whole, and then we have 2/3. So that'd be 1/3, 2/3. Probably should have wrote them on there, but you guys are smart. That was equal to how many 6s? Well, I could fold them on the fold, and I could find out that 1/3 was equal to, or excuse me, 2/3 was equal to 4/6. Ah, genius, right? I'm telling you. You got to get up really early if you're going to trick Mr. Wilkes. All right. Now, we're going to do one more. Let's go back to those little 8s. Now, we have 1 whole, there's the brown. Now you have 4/8. 4/8 is equal to how many 6s? Press pause, write on your board, how many 6s are equal to 4/8? And we are back. And if you did that one correctly, you knew that 3 6s are equal to 4/8 because that's half, right? Half of that is half of that. Okay, there you go. All right, your assignment's on the next page. Do your best. Make sure you click submit. Try it before you say, I don't get it. Try it. Have a great rest of your day. Make sure you click submit.